Hey, what's going on guys, Migzuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at an Azorius control deck for Standard 2022. So I'm having a lot of fun with the control decks of the format, and I do think that blue-white is weaker than Dimir, but we do get a couple cool cards in that color combination that Dimir doesn't get access to. First of all, we have Doomscar, a more reliable sweeper with just having a straight up destroy all creatures written on it, also can be cast on turn 3. There's not a lot of indestructible in the format, so there's not a lot that Doomscar does not hit. So that's the main incentive to be in white. Other cards we have that are new that aren't as good as the Dimir removal spells, but they are perfect for the blue-white colors. We have Portable Hole, 1 mana artifact. When it ETBs, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until the hole leaves the field. So this card is super important because it deals with Ranger class or Paladin class or any of the enchantment classes. They are all very cheap, and Portable Hole takes care of them very efficiently. This is one thing that Dimir does not have access to that you have access to in blue-white. So big fan of the Portable Hole. Only 3 because a lot of the decks, or I say a lot of the decks, some of the decks in the format don't run anything with mana value 2 or less. Notably, Is It Dragons, so you really don't want to be drawing that card there. But against mono green, mono white, goblins, Portable Hole is really great. Now we have this card, You Hear Something on Watch. So I don't love this. This is the only instant speed removal spell that we have access to in white at a good rate. So it's 2 mana, you set off traps, deals 5 damage to target attacking creature. Right, this takes out most things in the format. It is not as good as black removal spells though, because they have to be attacking you, so it's a lot more situational, but it has saved my ass a number of times, and even though it's not perfect, it finds its way into the deck. You can try Iron Verdict or cards like that, but honestly, I think you're better off just going with a clean 2 mana removal spell. It's kind of like a swift response, but it has the upside of having the +1/+1 effect on it, which I actually do use in the video, so stay tuned for that. What other new cards do we get? Oh, we get Mordekainen. I mean, this isn't exclusive to blue-white, but I'm playing it in my blue-white deck because Dimir has access to other planeswalkers. So Mordekainen, for blue-blue, I've seen this card going around quite a bit lately, so if you guys haven't seen it, I'll read it really quick. +2, draw 2 cards, then put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your library. So just more card selection. -2, you can create a blue dog where its power and toughness are equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. So you can make a lot of big dogs. So it comes down, can minus twice, and you can have 2 really thick dogs, along with all the extra turns that can help kill our opponent. Mordekainen is pretty sweet. -10 is exchange your hand and library, then shuffle, and then you have no maximum hand size. So basically this is making dogs or helping you draw more cards and find relevant action in the certain matchups that you, well, relevant action for any specific matchup. We have Imrith. Imrith is new. I play this in my Dimir deck, and it's a really solid card. 5 mana Dragon Ward. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and then if you have fewer than 3 in hand, you draw cards equal to the difference. What else do we have? Just a suite of counter spells. Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Saw It Coming, Divide by 0 as our learn card with a mini learn board because we're running the Legion Angel as a one of just a value creature that can end up being a alternate win con. Pretty good with Alrund's Epiphany as well. Cosima, we're less starved for card advantage because we're running Alrund's Epiphanies, Mordenkainen's, and Imrith's. I guess the deck functions a bit differently to my Dimir deck because we have all the extra turns, so Cosima is only a one of here because of that. Honestly, it works out. I like Cosima. What else? Behold, draw some cards. Mana base is fairly standard. I mean, we have 1 Barrens as an off-color land that you can pump mana into. We have Jwaris and Amiria's Call. 28 land, 30 lands for, yeah, we're literally running 30 lands. And I still miss some lands sometimes. You can honestly probably cut 1 or 2, but with Cosima and a lot of the expensive spells, you want to have access to a lot of mana. So anyways guys, the deck list will be in the description down below. If you like the deck, be sure to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's gonna be it for me guys. Let's get into some games. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? This is like a meme keep against mono white naturally. And I literally think that we need to Azorius Disruption something into double Sot coming. So, that's interesting. I wish I could have some white mana. We'll draw it. We'll draw it, guys. Spellbinder. Alright. Good Azorius Disruption. Not too mad at that one. White source, please. Okay. So, I'm starting to get a bit of hope. Just a little bit of hope that I kept something reasonable. Luminarch Aspirant, no. That is a good creature. And I'm not trusting myself to draw a Doomscar. Or to draw a Doomscar, to draw another white source. That can be another white source, though. Like, no cap. Can fetch for environmental sciences. Are we doing that? I think we are. Alright. Divide by 0, fetching for environmental sciences. At least we're not under a stupid amount of pressure. Monk of the Open Hand. So I could divide the Clarion Spirit back to hand. Okay, that resolves, but then we guarantee them a counter on the Monk. Which doesn't sound great. I think we just take this damage. Yeah, I know, not ideal. But I think it's what it has to be. We deny them a counter and slow them down. They boast. Yeah, I pretty much figured that would happen. Okay, and we send their most expensive thing back to their hand. Learn 4 sciences. Sciences. Fetch planes. Okay, what am I doing? What are we doing here? Oh, there's so many things. So many options. I could be holding open a Sod coming right now, but auto tapper. If I foretell this and then cast the Doomscar, if I have untapped land, then this becomes so good. And if I foretell this, we don't have that option. I'm just gonna foretell the Wrath. Honestly, we just need lands from here. We need just land, land, land. Okay, that would have been good to counter.
Not even a meal before battle?
That would have been really good to counter. But you know what? We have Imrith. We have double Olrun's Epiphany. So as long as I can hit my lands, we should be okay. And we are a 28 land deck.
Come, walk with me.
So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage right here. And they're committing even more to the board, which is a good sign. We hit the land. Perfect. I Wrath. Now, am I holding open counter magic? Or am I guaranteeing myself an extra turn? Oh, it's tough. It is tough. Okay, worst case. I miss the extra turn and I play Imrith. I think that's worth countering the Clarion Spirit, just so they don't have an army of flyers to block my dragon. Okay. They can minus on their plus on their Grandmaster to get back their Monk. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad.
I am proud of all my followers.
And they play the Monk into a naked Skyclave Apparition. We hit the land, but it is tapped. Honestly, that's fine. Because now we have Imrith and double Alrund's Epiphany. Elite Spellbinder can take an Epiphany. Not ideal, but we have 2. They can plus, they won't be able to attack or block. This game is still really close. Wait, does it get countered unless they pay 4 mana? It does because of ward. Okay, they can't do that then. I kind of want them to do it, but then they get this message like, are you sure you want to target? Yeah, I'm like 100% sure that's what happened. So they fetch the monk.
How talented my disciples are.
9 mana Alrund's Epiphany. It's still possible if we draw 2 lands. And after casting Alrund's Epiphany, I'll have no cards in hand. Oh yeah, let's go. I'm gonna cast the Epiphany now. And where do I send you? I mean, it's gotta be at the Grandmaster. Or I could send it face, try to draw more cards. Yeah, let's send you face. If they didn't have the flyer, I'd feel better about it. I'd know my attacks were connecting. And if it hits face, I get the draw. Right, deals damage to a player, not a player or planeswalker. So if this connects, I get 2 cards. Nice. Tap land. Okay. So I can cast another one. I could play this as a tap land, cast another one, get 2 cards if it connects. And I think because I want to get to 9, that's what we do. Enters tapped. Alrund's Epiphany, number 3. And we can send everything face right now. And just try to kill them. Okay. Play this tapped. Send everything face. And they're dead. Okay. Time walks are good, guys. Who'd have thought? 9 mana, take an extra turn. Still happy to pay for it. And that's game. Let's go. Freaking cheese right there. Triple, take an extra turn with Imrith. Just jokes, WinCon. Okay, literally 6 land hand. Let's go. I see no issue with this. We can just use our spells. And we're gonna hold open Joaries on 2. Oh, okay. Weird bit of lag there. Sorry about that. And we're gonna force spike that on turn 2. Feels good. Tap land, and I'm holding open Joaries again, guys. I could be even more aggressive and just play the or foretell the Alrund's Epiphany, but I think a turn 2, turn 3 counter is pretty good. The opponent's done. They want nothing to do with it. Nice. Yes, loads of fun. Draw and go. So this better be a control player. Okay, looks like a Is It Dragons player. And this hand is pretty good against Is It Dragons. I will also foretell. I don't think they're going to cast anything on turn 3, at least not on my turn. Yeah, I didn't think so. So what's the play? I could try to get Cosima down, but I don't think it's worth playing into a Galazeth Prismari. I think we just play our tap land and pass the turn. Right? I'm not trying to play into Saw It Coming and then they resolve Galazeth Prismari. They behold the multiverse. Okay. I don't think I've seen many Is It Dragons builds running this card, but it's definitely a fair card to run. Okay, they foretell. And we will also behold the multiverse. Land Doomscar. I mean, I don't really love either of these cards in this matchup. I'm gonna bottom them both. I mean, Doomscar's okay, but I run 4, I'll probably find more of it eventually. Alright. We've officially overdrawn our hand. And I can't exactly foretell. Sad. I could discard this portable hull though, and I don't think we're going to be missing it. Right, this thing basically could just tag a bird. Opponent will foretell some more. I'm going to play Cosima. I expect this to get countered. What you got? I mean, maybe they let it stick and just double removal spell it. They play Saw It Coming. Okay. I mean, it's not like I can even do anything against that. But at least that's one counter spell down. I mean, they're playing around Jwari's like a beast, and they're using their mana very efficiently with the Foretell. I can't exactly play Imrith into all these Foretold cards and a ton of open mana. So we're just being a little bit sad here. If they play a All-Runs Epiphany, we're going to be super sad. At least if they play it from Foretell. But we can Disdainful Stroke, then get this down with Jwari's backup. So it's not the end of the world. Also, you hear something on Watch takes out Goldspan Dragon as long as it's attacking. Oh, the opponent plays Faceless Haven. Okay. I can't animate this. It costs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to shoot their land. I guarantee you they're not expecting this. Saw it coming. Okay. That's fine then. And they're left with 2 mana. I will play my Imrith. Does it resolve? Disdainful Stroke. Try to get the boy to stick. We do what we can. At least Jwari's hit something. And it's not like we're missing lands. So I expect this to be a All-Runs Epiphany. Opponent drew really well in the matchup. I want to be able to hold open more mana, but I guess this is fine. Like, ideally we would have had Disdainful Stroke up for that. Okay, how much mana do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So if they hit land here, they have 9. They have 9. They play another All-Runs Epiphany. Okay, their draw has been disgustingly good. Like, I mean really freaking good. I mean, free block, they're tapped out. So, you know, don't feel too bad about that. Yeah. So they get like 2 extra turns here. Do I take this block? If they Frostbite, it'll cost them all their mana and they lose Goldspan Dragon. But what? The opponent scoops it up? They just can't get past our dragon. That's weird. I do not think we should concede there. I was considering not even blocking, because if they have Frostbite, they can... No, they can't pay for ward. They don't have enough mana. So yeah, we definitely block there. Mistake from the opponent. I do think they have Frostbite in hand. Okay, no blue mana, but we have a ton of white and Doomscar. So we're going to keep it. And there's the blue. Nice. Play Amiria's Call tapped. And then we're going to start going crazy with the foretells. Control Mirror. Foretell. I will also foretell. I could have foretold Behold the Multiverse, but I don't think that we're going to be countering each other's spells for a minute now. Okay, opponent looks like they're digging for land. Okay. So does that mean I just pass and hold open double blue? I'm gonna play it out. So do I hold something open? Let's foretell the Alrund's Epiphany. I don't think it's worth countering anything right now. I think we just want to bank our mana. The opponent misses land. I think. They discard Flunk. Alright, sweet. I'm going to foretell that, and we're gonna pass. Probably just cast Behold. Love foretell mirrors. Okay, they miss one land and they find the other one pretty much immediately. Floodplain and Legion Angel. I think we can drop off the Floodplain, but I kind of want the Legion Angel. It's a cheeky one of, and the opponent has to respect it. So turn 5 is the turn where they can start playing Planeswalkers, or they can play Imrith. So if they counter Legion Angel and then go for Imrith, we're going to be really sad. So we foretell Counterspell. Play tap land, say go. I have the mana advantage. I think the opponent's the one that has to tap out first. I can play Legion Angel and back it up with Sot Coming, or I could just keep foretelling my spells. And honestly, I kind of like the idea of just getting everything foretold. It's very chill, but it saves me a ton of mana, and we're under like no pressure right now. Right, so I can like play this out. And then hold 2 mana as backup. Am I playing this as a land or as a spell? I could also play Imrith, but now they have a lot of mana. I think I play this tapped just because we know that we're gonna need a lot of mana in this game. And I think this is a bit aggressive, but we also have to start being aggressive. The opponent will counter it. Okay, that's fine. I'm not really in the business of fighting about my Legion Angel. Jwari's Disruption. Do I go for an Alrund's Epiphany? If I can defend an Alrund's Epiphany, I can resolve Imrith and then have Counterspell backup. Whereas if I play Imrith, protect it, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go for an Epiphany. And now we know this resolves, and we have mana to not fight a Counterspell war. which is exactly why we did that in the first place. I'm gonna keep progressing. I mean, the opponent's a little bit mana screwed. Maybe it's worth holding this. Yeah, let's hold this. We do have a ton of counters. Maybe it's worth playing that tapped. I just think the opponent missed a land earlier in the game. To counter the Soul Shatter, they would need another answer. I don't think it's worth it. The opponent will still need to respect my birds and my big land. Mordekainen, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's swing first, see how the opponent wants to respond. Yeah, let's be aggressive. Third sod coming. Alright. Yeah, that's literally the third sod coming. I'm gonna make the dog now.
I would run if I were you.
I think we're okay on mana. I'm not gonna play that yet. I want my dog to be bigger. Opponent plays their own Mordekainen. Bigger dog.
My faithful hound.
Fair enough. Okay, so hilariously, I can attack and take out this Mordekainen. I think we actually do that, right? So, I'm going to plus.
To control, one
We can
must
put
run.
away Jwaris. Offer. Okay, so I'm going to go base. And then both here. Let's say that I sent this all face and they didn't block. I would have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not lethal. So we're going to go like this. Opponent takes it all. Rouse the party. That's true, we actually lose a power.
Sully by roads.
Play this out. I honestly think we just pass. Well, I could foretell this sod coming. I think that's worth it. Opponent has a 8-powered Mordekainen. Or dog, sorry. Yeah, I'll take that hit. That's okay.
I have other realms to visit.
At least this card's putting in work right now. In a control matchup. 1 mana, kill a dog. That's fine. I will behold the multiverse. Kosum is interesting. Very interesting. But it probably gets removed at this stage in the game. Okay, not bad. Not bad. So how much mana do I have? 10? I can animate this. Attack. The opponent's technically dead on board. What? The opponent's scooping it up? I'm just trying to animate my land. I'm trying to animate my man land and then defend it with some counter magic. Sorry, I was just counting and tapping correctly because whenever I want to actually animate the land, it was making me tap a lot of blue, and I wanted to hold open as much blue as possible. But yeah, I think we're chilling from here. They need an answer to the manland. They don't have their own manland. If they have like Soul Shatter, then we can sacrifice a bird. Or we can just attack all for lethal. I don't know. I think we're in a pretty good spot. It really depends on what we have, but we have 2 Foretold counterspells and a Divide by Zero, which can act as a temporary counterspell. Okay, let's go. I think I'm playing Juari's tapped on 1, just because I'm hyper paranoid of missing a land drop. And I need double blue on turn 5 for Imrith, and that's where we're trying to go. We also have interaction on turns 2 and 3, and then we can have interaction on turn, or something to do with our mana on turn 4, thanks to Divide by Zero. Green-white, Prosperous Innkeeper. Okay, so this is where, like, I don't think I'd shoot this anyways, but this is where black removal looks a lot worse than white removal. Or sorry, white removal looks a lot worse than black removal, because this is only attacking creatures. So what am I doing? Am I setting up for a Doomscar? Can't be too bad, right? I'm gonna conceal double white for now. I want them to flood the board. I Wrath, and then follow it up with an Imrith. Double Prosperous Innkeeper means double treasures. And the opponent hasn't exactly given me something to be very scared of yet. So we can play this, still hide double white, and foretell an Alrund's Epiphany. Hold open the removal spell, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I want them to commit to the board. Cleric class, okay? This could honestly be the green-white life gain deck. And it probably is, seeing the cleric class. Okay. Opponent's playing around some counter magic with this. Do I shoot one of these innkeepers? I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna hold this. Okay. Imrith. Down. Into an Alrund's Epiphany, which is pretty gnarly. And if the opponent had played more threatening creatures earlier in the game, then Doomscar beforehand would have been really nice. Okay, this is definitely not my build. Opponent making their creatures kind of chunky. Cram Session. Oh yeah, not my build. But at least this Cleric class on level 2 can get divided. What does this do? Searches for creatures, gains life. Okay. So let's start by attacking. They're getting a lot of life. Oh, please. I have so many draws to cheese. So many turns. Land. There it is. I don't think they're winning this game anymore. We just can get so far ahead with these Alrund's Epiphanies. I play Alrund's Epiphany. Attack them again. Draw another card. I play Alrund's Epiphany. It's disgusting. And that's it for the opponent. Well, we didn't really need to play much removal. We just had to cast 3 take an extra turn spells with a Imrith on the board, and that was enough. Pretty toxic, I know.